Hi there, Lisa Arana here, and thank you for joining me for another Assemble This video. Today, it's all about cuteness and shine. We're going to be doing some watercoloring and some hot foiling for a fantastic background for the super adorable giraffe from Unity Stamp Company. So let's get started by coloring him up with some distress inks. I have him pre-stamped on some watercolor paper with VersaFine ink. This just dries super fast for me, so I do like it for watercoloring. These are all the distress ink colors I will be using today. They'll be listed in the description below or on my Dollhouse Designs blog. I started out with the candied apple and watercolored his hat. I'm allowing the aqua brush to really control how much water I'm using. I'm not squeezing unless I feel like the water is not moving the ink enough, and then I'll give it just a light squeeze to kind of help bring some more water into the brush tip. And I'll just pick up that ink and layer it over the top of the previous layer. I do nice light layers so they dry fairly quickly, and that way I can kind of build up the color layer after layer. For these next ones, I did add a little bit of water to the base. I wanted to dilute the color. So in one area there's a bit of water, and then in another area of that ink block, it's pure pigment. So I'll go back and forth in mixing how much water I'm using with the pigment to either get a nice vibrant image or a softer, more toned down color on that image. And I will go back and layer my colors after they've dried to really build up that vibrancy and create a contrast between the shading. Once his hat was done, I moved on to his body. I did a light wash in the antique linen and avoided his little spots, and then added just a hint of yellow using that scattered straw. And to really up the vibrancy and add a bit of shadow, I'm using wild honey as well. And then I'm just going to come in and add a bit of shadow using some of the brown tones, and then also fill in his spots using the light and the dark browns. As I'm working through this image, I'll put a light color down and then let that dry a little bit, move on to something else, and then come back and add in maybe a darker layer, let that dry a little bit, or if I have to use a little bit of the light to kind of soften that edge of the dark color, I'll do that. So there's a lot of moving around. When I watercolor, I don't do just one area at one time. I just kind of let the watercolor do its thing and dry, and then I'll move on to another area and then come back and kind of build up things as we go along. Perfect. I really love how he turned out. Isn't he just adorable? I just really love him, and I think he'll be great for lots of different cards. He can be for holidays, he can be for wishes, birthday wishes, thank yous. I don't know. He's just super cute. Once he was dry, I grabbed my scissors and I'm gonna fussy cut him out. I did leave the slightest little edge because I want him to pop up against my background. And that little white edge just really helps him pop, kind of creates a border for us later. At the bottom on his neck, you'll notice I do a little bit of waviness. It just kind of creates a natural edge for that bottom of the fussy cutting, so it's not just like a real stark cutoff. Next up, let's do some foiling. I have this really pretty sparkle foil from Spellbinders. Just going to size that up and then cut it with my rotary trimmer. And then I made sure that the Starburst plate from Spellbinders is nice and hot. I used just the directions from the Glimmer System manufacturer. I laid down that foil so the pretty side is touching the plate and then my cardstock on top. Added my plates, and then ran this through my Big Shot twice. Once is probably enough, but I ended up doing it twice. And then I just pulled away that foil, and I just love the shine. It's so easy to do, and it adds so much to the card. I die cut a piece of the red cardstock and layered that over some craft cardstock. Popped up my foiled panel with some foam adhesive. Then I'm going to pop up that cute little giraffe with some foam adhesive as well. And then I have a sentiment from the winter cheer and deer. I trimmed that down and then popped him up in the corner. And here's the final look. I just love all that shine from the hot foiled background. Looks really great against that super cute watercolored giraffe for some sparkling on wishes. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to like and subscribe to catch all my video tutorials, and it really helps my little channel grow. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again soon for some more videos. Bye.